everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another reading. We are officially in Aquarius season. I'm glad to be out of Capricorn season, to be honest. It's good for motivation and getting certain plans and everything sorted, but it's a bit of a stricter what's the word? Sign. Well, the stricter sign, I would say, in astrology. Oh God, maybe I need to move this incense here. Yeah, here we go. So if you see smoke, it's from the incense. It's because I always cleanse before I get any messages, right? So I have the cards right here. Let's see what is going to come up. Midweek reading. I've been feeling a lot more connected to myself, and I felt like a lot of people need certain guidance at this time, so that's why I'm here. Right. Nothing is quickly jumping out. Maybe I'm supposed to use another deck. Alright, let's cut the deck and see what comes up. 8 of Voices, but reversed. Yeah, 8 of Voices, but reversed. Okay, for some of you, you were viewing things and absolutely focusing on one thing, and sometimes not in the best way possible. You had one perspective. Something recently happened that has changed your perspective in a good way, because it's reversed. Before, you were kind of viewing things from a certain way, and it kept you trapped. Let's find an example for this. For example, say you want a certain type of career, right? No, let's go on to the one that I know is active with a lot of people, which is relationships. Say you want a certain type of person, right? Or certain person in general, not even type, this one person, you are hung up on them. And when you're laser focused on someone who, for example, in romance or romantic relationship, isn't perhaps choosing you or isn't, in your life or anything, and you are laser focused on them, yeah, it's gonna be hard to see anything else out there. And that's because you are currently in a lack mindset. The lack mindset comes from thinking that there isn't anything else out there for you that is going to match up to this one thing. And often we limit our perspective and kind of get laser focused on this one thing and try and manifest it and do, whatever we can to get it, right? Often this is a difficult stage because you feel restricted. You feel kind of like, I kind of want this thing, but it's not happening. So you even go even more in this phase of I don't want to say obsession, but even more feeling like, gosh, why isn't it happening? And this can be career. For some of you, this is going to be a certain job, certain type of career, maybe even a certain team that you want to be in, a certain job that you apply to, but you want to be in a certain team and you see this team as the elite team that you want to be part of. However, and you're laser focused on that, you want to be part of this elite team. However, somehow it's not happening, and it's making your anxiety even higher and increasing because it's not happening. So you're thinking what can I do? What more can I do? And it's a frustrating stage. Okay. However, this is reversed, which means you are widening your perspective. Either something's going to happen, or something or someone is going to make you see another perspective, another thing that is coming out of it. Maybe with this elite team at your career that you want to be a part of, actually they're all really quite big-headed and leading from the ego. They may have a certain amount of money or this and that. They may be well recognized, and sometimes we have to take those chances to get to that level. We have to be part of the, how you want to be. You have to surround yourself with those people. But maybe it's more that actually you, without even realizing, you're self-sabotaging yourself because maybe your priority is health. And if you're in this elite team, you're going to have to put like 60 hours a week and, you know, really go head on and blast it out, you know, that you won't have time for anything else. So you're actually, your values are in conflict with this goal that you're wanting. And similarly for this relationship, maybe you're wanting this person and you see this person as like, wow, but your values are somehow in conflict with this person, in this person's values. Doesn't mean it can't change, doesn't mean that you can't change, but right now the values and the things that you're wanting are in conflict with this person. This person has certain things that they want. This elite team, co-workers that are like, you know, are kind of in the senior team or in this elite team, they just have certain slightly different set of values that currently you don't have. And that's not a bad thing, because now we know, all right, okay, well, they have a certain view and they will prioritize their work over everything else no matter what. Maybe you won't do that. So how would you expect to fit into this team, right? Maybe this one person values, let's say, values travel a lot, you know, in this relationship. They may have all the other qualities. They may be very kind, wonderful, and very, very, maybe even spiritually inclined, if that's what you're looking for, you know. They are possessing all those qualities, but they're going to be traveling a lot, and you want to stay home and you want to build where you are, this life, and this, you know, you want to have joy from around you, in the things that are around you, more so from your material world. This person wants to experience life fully through travel and gain that spiritual growth through travel, right? So this is what this person is, you know, embodying. And this is where you are. You might be going through the exact same spiritual growth, but this person is just wanting to do it in a very different way to you. And that may also cause a little conflict. And that's why you're now widening your perspective and coming into more clarity. Right, there is some difference. Either there has to be a certain compromise which involves you changing your certain values or certain things that you want. There has to be some level of compromise, right? In this case. So, and that's the way that you will meet. In terms of this career team or whatever that you want to be part of, you want to ask yourself, well, what do you really want next? What do you really want? You know, and gain that clarity. And if you don't have that clarity yet, it's time to meditate. It's time to sit with yourself. It's time to really ask the universe for guidance day by day. And once the clarity hits, this thing that you're wanting here and you being here, it will magnetize as long as they are aligned. So that is what I'm sensing here with these two different scenarios. Fit a scenario of your choice here. I've just picked relationship and this career thing for whoever it may be applicable. So let's see what else we can do. So get clear on your values. What are you wanting next? You need to be clear. And if you are clear now, I am hosting a vision board workshop happening online next week. It's only £50, but that's because, you know, we spend a lot of time on vision boards, like literally cutting out magazines, and, you know, sticking it all together. It can take like hours. It's a whole day's job. I don't believe in that. I think we don't have time for all of that. I think that the clearer you are, the easier it will be to create this vision board so that you have this visual representation of what you're wanting. It's more for you. It's more for you to see, hey, this matches what I'm creating. How resonant do you feel with what you've created? You know, if you feel very resonant, it's going to be very easy to hop on the horse and actually get this momentum going and move towards like what you're actually wanting. But if you're you know, spending a lot of time gathering ideas at the moment, you know, I'm not sure what you want, that's where tarot or some sort of a mentorship and coaching comes into play. But if you are looking for a vision board workshop, I am hosting one next week. It's in UK time, but wherever you are, it will be accessible to you because it's online. It will be on Zoom. I'm going to put the link down below, so do keep your mind open to that. And what a perfect time to do it, because January whilst it's the beginning of the year, in astrology, I think the actual year starts in March, so don't be too strict with yourself. So right now is a good time to kind of like start seeing what's clear, and you can always tweak your vision board like later on and kind of plan according to it later. However, that is an option available to you. Two of emotions, which is Two of Cups. It's relationships. All right. So yeah, for someone out there, they've been laser focused on one person. However, this Two of Cups confirms it. Yeah, this Two of Cups confirms it, that perhaps you were laser focused on one person, but there's actually so many people out there who are like that. And what you're wanting is not going to miss you. If it's the divine union, or, you know, if you are looking for a partnership where you have similar levels of consciousness, similar level of healing, you're not going to miss that, because you will instantly magnetize to each other. It may be that's, you know, if you are hung up on this person, it may be that they just haven't gone through certain level of healing that you have gone through, and you can't control that. You can't really control that. That's not in your hands. You can only control your level of healing, what you do, and how you choose to kind of pursue that. So I would say focus on your level of healing, focus on your growth goals right now. Again, Vision Board Workshop will help you with that. So you can sign up there and kind of direct your focus from like spending this precious energy of yours kind of thinking about this person all the time, rather than that, shifting it towards what actually matters. You know, may as well build what you're here to do. We're not just here to get married and just be in divine union. We're also here to fulfill our missions, and and we are here to give that to the world. There is a book that comes to my mind which is excellent. I've recently been reading. It's called In the Meantime, by, gosh, one sec, I'm gonna find the name of the author because I don't want to get it wrong. In the Meantime, it's about relationships and love, and what do you do in the meantime until you haven't found your person, or you haven't come into union with someone who you are wanting to. Iyanla Vanzant is the name of the author. In the Meantime, it's quite an old book. I think it was written in the 90s, but it's brilliant. It will really help you. It will help you engaging the level of healing that you are on, and the level of healing that you have achieved, and what level you are actually on, and what you can do about it. You know, it's often difficult to know like how close you are to your manifestation, how far away you are. There's always more stuff that comes up from the past, like past traumas, past limiting beliefs, you know, conditioning that we have carried with ourselves, which is actually no longer relevant to you right now. So that's something you're going to have to address, but that comes from knowing exactly where you are. And in order to know that, this book will help you. Or you can always book a healing session with me, or a coaching tarot session with me, and we determine that. I go through that with you one-to-one. We work out where exactly are you on your healing journey? What can you do next to actually overcome this limiting belief, this ailment, this what is your body trying to tell you? That is my job as a healer and a coach, and that's what I do. Anyways, let's move on. Two of emotions, as I was saying, it's most likely relationship. You are meant to have your desires fulfilled. If you have a desire to be with someone, a partnership, or who, you know, your desire is meant to come true. Maybe it doesn't look like exactly how you thought it would, and that's usually a good thing, because we are often quite bad judge of characters, you know, and sometimes it's just better to leave it to the universe and be in surrender mode. Seven of emotions. This is Seven of Cups. Options. You have so many options. Yeah, you do have so many options, you know. You don't want to limit yourself. You obviously don't want to be in your ego thinking like, yeah, I got options. Oh my God. The thing that I get is, And I hate this phrase, but the thing that I get is plenty more fish in the sea is what I'm getting here for someone out there. This is not true for, I really don't like that phrase, but it just came to my mind. And I think because it's not actually about plenty more fish in the sea, which I think it just degrades like how we see humans, like, you know, it's more that go with an abundance mindset, you know, go with a feeling of there, what you want is available out there, and it doesn't have to be kind of coming in one package in one person. That's what I'm getting. And same with the career option, you know, what you're wanting is out there. It doesn't necessarily have to come with this one elite team in your workplace. Maybe it just comes through a very different avenue, and perhaps even better. Right. Justice, but reversed. Okay. Justice is often a card of that, you know, things that you have been through in the past, you're kind of getting the justice for them. This is usually what that card means. It is reversed, however. Reversed, which may mean that, okay, this is what I get. With either of these situations and scenarios that I've highlighted, with either your career choice or the person of your choice. Let's start with the person, right? So in your relationship, you're wanting justice because you're like, you know, for example, you know, I've been treated not that great in the past, and you know, now it's my turn to be treated amazingly. And it comes from this sense of, because this happened, now it needs to be the other way. Because that happened, now it needs to be the other way. Enough of that, you know, like that kind of like mentality. And perhaps someone out there is really stuck in that mentality. Like, I was never part of for example, in the career one, I was never part of the popular group in school. So I want to be part of that popular group. So now I'm going to get that at work, and I'm going to try and do whatever it takes. Maybe it's a certain level of people pleasing. Again, nothing's wrong or right. It's just that it depends on what your goals are. And if your goal is to just get ahead as far as possible, then maybe it makes sense to be a little bit more, I don't want to say manipulative, but a little bit more inclined towards getting what you want. Maybe it's not that, you know, maybe you no longer want to do this people-pleasing thing, and that matters to you more, and authenticity matters to you more. Then what are you gonna choose? Well, you're most likely gonna be like, you know what? No, it doesn't matter as much, so I'm gonna leave it to the universe to see what is best fitted for me. Maybe I'm not best suited in this team. Maybe I'm meant to be somewhere else. That happened to me, by the way. You know, I was applying for a lot of jobs back in 2021, and nothing was coming up. 2020, actually, 5 years ago, nothing was coming up. And I was like, I want to be part of this, like, big company. Like, you know, they are well known. I want to be working for them so that I have, like, good package, salary, all of that stuff, you know. I wanted to be in that team. Then I progressed to senior level, senior engineer. That was a path that I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Something within me was truly like, I actually don't care as much about the titles and stuff, as long as each and every day I get to practice my health routines as well as loving what I do. That's what mattered to me most. And in such a harmonious and the most unpredictable and wonderful way, a job opportunity came in Germany, and I moved there. For the last 3 years, I was living in Germany, and it was great. Like, I couldn't have planned it. It was better than I could have imagined, better than I could have ever even thought of. It was such a divinely constructed path by the universe, which ultimately also led me to be a healer and a coach. And that in itself is something I could have never even, like, my limited mind couldn't have imagined it. And it's better than I thought. So that's what I get. Yeah, so Justice card. I forgot what I was saying initially about the Justice card. It is reversed, which means you're probably still hanging on to something. Like you need it to be almost like you deserve it. You've gone through so much, so you deserve this better thing. You've gone through this and that, you deserve this thing, you know? And that may be true, but also you've gone through a certain level of transformation, which means you are brand new and you can choose and pick what you want. So instead of thinking of, I have done all this work, you know, now I deserve it. More like, I am at a new place. You are a new person with a new set of beliefs, especially if you've gone through a lot of healing. So now I get to choose what I want. You know, I get to have what I want. So if this is not aligned, what do I want next? You know, if this person is not, you know, matching up with you, then okay, what exactly do I want? Why do I want this person so much? Why do I want to be this part of this team so bad? What is it? What need is it that needs to be acknowledged? Is the message I get. All right, let's move away from tarot and get some oracle cards. And all right, let's go. Oops. Oh God. When you least expect. When you least expect. Yeah, when you least expect. Shift your focus onto something that is right now feeling controllable. And widening your perspective, and some of you already have, is great because it will happen when you least expect. Let it flow, let it grow. Yeah, time to not think about it so much. Listen quietly. Meditation. Some answers maybe, some downloads may be coming to you. Finding balance. Okay. Yeah. I feel complete. I feel like those messages were really clear and out there right now, that perhaps it's very much time to surrender, really surrender. Almost like living day to day rather than year to years. You know, certain plans not happening, certain things you thought would happen are not happening. So what do? Well, you are in some level of surrender right now, and you're going to have to get really good at the surrender. Yeah, that's what I would say at the moment. That is the main message of it. Surrender to it. Let go of the control and really let the answers come to you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have a nice rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next one.